Hi, welcome to the channel. This is Audi Q5 2-liter engine TDI. Basically, customer complain lot of light on the dashboard. We'll see what's going on and what happened. First of all, I would like to connect my computer same time. It's underneath here, right? Okay, start the car. Have a look at the dashboard. Glow park sign on. A part of that I can't see anything, but customer told me traction control light on, engine light on, AdBlue light on, like a AdBlue countdown mileage there. But however, I couldn't see any. Yeah, see the sign, start stop not working, AdBlue 650 miles, need to refill. Yeah, door open. Some lights came back, but however I can't see all light there. Anyway, like this problem, very difficult to identify without any computer. Right, I'm going to take a computer faulty code first of all. Right, I got the all faulty codes. You can see 2 under engine management, 1 under ABS, 1 EPB. I'm not sure what is this. This is for the parking brake. Function limitation due to receive malfunction value. Right, okay, we'll see what's the under the function limitator due to receive same faulty code U111300, other one P023700. Turbocharger boost sensor A circuit low input. Basically it could be wiring problem, it could be sensor problem, or could be boost leak somewhere or something like that. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. Right, okay, no worries. Right, yeah, I think we'll see what's the ABS engine control module 01314. Okay, that's why he said engine light on, but however at the moment no. Right, what is this? Optical data bus. Okay, no worries. Right, okay, we know the problem. Right, next step, I'm get ready for the bits and bits and come back to you. Basically this car need a AdBlue top up and need to check the boost sensor circuit, everything. And also one more thing I need to check, because I'm normally seeing if it like this problem, it will affected to the DPF. I need to check the DPF pressure first of all. If it DPF block, after the repair we need to clear the DPF, otherwise it will trigger up faulty code. Yeah, I can see the differential pressure bit high, 3.5, 35, 34, 33. Yeah, right, basically this car need after that clear the DPF also. Well, what is this? Yeah, coolant, might be this car has a coolant problem also. Well, anyway, it's not find out today because we concentrate only warning light at the dashboard. Yeah, I got the AdBlue. Before we add the AdBlue, make sure no leaking around the neck. Open the bottle and make sure no any smell. It's like a water. If it smell, it's not good. And also using this meter and check the AdBlue quality 32.5%. Yeah, exactly 33. I'm happy. So first of all, I'll add this one. No, actually you know how to top up this one, because there is a, I'm not promoting any brand, sorry. You can put this one, and after that I think AdBlue fill up point, not sure. Yeah, here you can open and you can add AdBlue. If it spill around, use it water and cleans around this area, you are fine. I'm not going to show you how we're going to top up AdBlue, you know now. And also I got the multimeter and I got the probe and I got the smoke test machine. I got the DPF cleaning stuff. This is the DPF cleaning stuff. I think it's come 2 bottles normally. One is the rings and one is the small bottle and the big bottle, but I'm not going to promote in brand. It's easy. Follow the instruction. It's easy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to inject with this one to the car, leave it 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes. After that, car running, and leave it 25 minutes. Then after that, again using the rings, inject with this one. Again, leave it another half an hour. That job done. After that, I'm going to reset the light from the computer. Right. Okay. I forget to tell something. I'm logging to the computer again and I'll do the small test, because we done day-to-day base like this problem many. Right. Ignition on. I'm going to the faulty codes. You can see now traction control also light on and the engine light on for the because of the ignition, I think. Yeah, first of all I'll try to delete these 2 faulty codes. Yeah, 1 faulty code gone, but this one still there. When I go back, even I'm not touch the car, I'm not start the car, read the faulty code again. Yeah, this faulty code not allowed to do anything. Right. Okay, I can bypass lot of things by this faulty codes. I know what's the problem exactly. Switch off the car. Right. Normally that's why when someone has experience, I don't want my smoke machine, I don't want my probe, I don't want my multimeter. Yeah, just these 3 at the moment I needed. I'll show you. First of all, I need a pressure sensor A. Pressure sensor A, turbo pressure sensor A. Need to lift up. Yes, up, up. Right. Turbo pressure sensor, this one, 3 wires. This is the one we are talking. What I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect this connector and install new sensor without doing anything and try to reset the light, and we'll have a look. If it works that way, I can bypass lot of things, lot of hassles. And one more thing, always if you want to change the sensors, don't use the Chinese sensors, because that sensors little bit not good. Always use good brand, could be Hela like this, or could be Bosch, or could be main dealer parts. I'm always recommended. Yeah, careful the other cheaper parts, because some customers say Charlie online this much, that much, but once I do the job, something trigger up, then after that customer not here, I had to face him for the whole problem. I had to spend more time for the problem and find out what's the cause. Right. Okay, this is the new sensor. I'm just plug in and have a look what happened to the faulty code. Before, you all remember, it wasn't allowed to clear DTC. Right. Okay, I'll plug in, leave it as it is. Let's go to the computer and try the same scenario. Ignition on. Right. Go to the faulty codes. Clear faulty codes. Bingo. Before you saw one message here, wouldn't allow to clear. However, I'm going back and read faulty code. See, no faulty code. Right. Okay. I save nearly hours out of time because of my experience. Right, right. What we need to do afterward, we need to remove this screw, its torque screw behind, and after that you can remove this pipe and install new one, install back, job done. But many people try to mix up this job when you're going to clean in the DPF process. Careful, don't inject chemical through here. No, you have to inject the chemical through here because this is the DPF pressure sensor, DPF here, right? This is the DPF. If you want, you can remove this AdBlue injector or remove this NOx sensor or the pressure sensor or O2 sensor and inject the chemical while it's car starting. Make sure it's not going into the engine. It's need to inject this side while the car starting. If you not, you can remove this pipe. This one, other pipe you can see is a blank one. This is the blank pipe. Because of that, you need to use first pipe, remove, put the chemical into the here, and after that install this straw here or there or here and pump, it will go chemical, leave it 15 minutes. After that you need to start the car idle, leave it another 20-25 minutes, job done. Okay, right. Okay, once I do everything, now you know how to do that thing, how to top up the AdBlue and how to install this one. Once I done everything, I'll come back to you and I'll show you what am I going to do with the computer. It's very easy. And also, I forget to tell you, if you need to check the live data for this boost pressure sensor A, normally you can do with the sensor boost pressure sensor A, right? This is the line. If you check live data for your old sensor, whatever in the car, when you rev the car, let go, you can see like this chart for your old sensor. If you want, you can try that one. When you change the new sensor, this thing, it will go like this, much higher, like this, right? If you want, you can check your live data before and afterward, and comment section open for you. Put the comment there, what you get, am I right or wrong, because I don't want to check and show you. But if you want, if you have a reasonable computer, you can try this step and let me know in the comment section what you find out, am I right or wrong. Okay, then once I do the job, I'll come back to you. Right, done the sensor, done the AdBlue top up and clean the DPF, all good for me. Engine bay done. Go to the special function, go to the DPF regeneration section, and we'll see any adaptation. 2009 start. Yeah, go number 1, replacing, because we clean mean that it look like a replacing. Yeah, number 2, replace diesel particular filter. Continue. Logging was success. Continue. 0 gram. Yes. Please wait. Yeah, start the engine. Okay. Continue. Right. Job success. Okay. Now we left it already half an hour, and I'm going to check the any faulty code left for this problem. Right. All faulty code cleared, but still tire pressure monitoring light blinking, because if it blink mean it's something not right with the sensor. We can't do anything for the, we have to check the sensors. I'm going to check in a minute as another job, right? No faulty code. We told to the car, we already changed the DPF because we clean. Now all fine. Read any faulty codes, right? No faulty code. Now next step, I'm going to send this car to the good road test once the customer come. But before that, make sure you can see here fuel level very low, less than quarter. But however, I'll ask the customer to top up until half a tank. Then after that, I will send this car to the good motorway journey. Then after that, we know what's going on and what happened for the this car. At the moment, job success. You saw I done bit shortcuts, but try this way. If it not work, you need to find out the another video for the checking wires, checking sensor, checking boost leak like that. But hopefully you are okay. Thank you. See you in the next video.